Friends, Merry Christmas. That's kind of what it feels like. Obviously, people are handling the situation that is unfolding right before us differently. I think, obviously, you have every right to be completely pissed off about what's going on in the general stock market worldwide. But know that where there is a rainy day, a bloodbath in the market from what we're seeing, there is massive opportunity. So Christmas has come a little early here if you want to think about it that way. So obviously try not to focus on your whole portfolio right now in numbers. Everyone's in the crapper right now, and that's totally okay because something has presented itself to us, and a lot of people knew this was coming. This is something we've been talking about all year, that more than likely there was going to be a crash, a recession, something, and we are, my God, we're in it right now. So the situation that is unfolding could potentially get worse. There's no reason why it couldn't at this point, because if you've been watching the news, there's a lot of stuff going on overseas that could really hype things up this any day now at this point. So talking about Nvidia is at $100. So the mighty has fallen here. Finally, we've seen Nvidia go to $100. It's looking for 99. Can we get there and sustain that? I believe we can, and I believe we're going to very soon. So here is kind of what I'm thinking right now. The market, if no more news drops here and investors stay somewhat calm at this point, then the stock market could just kind of settle, potentially. But I don't know that we're going to see that. The problem is what we're seeing right now. BlackRock, Berkshire, they're all selling massive amounts of money. Billions upon billions of dollars are being ripped out of these markets. And my God, let's not even start on the crypto market. So with this situation, Nvidia is not safe just like any general stock. But I have to be honest here. The fact that Nvidia is sitting at $100 still, that it's still in this triple digit zone, is quite impressive. I thought by now, especially today, that Nvidia was really gonna do a tumble, and I was hoping. I'm sitting there ready to unload. I thought today Nvidia would at least hit 95. Now, this is not saying that it's not going to. I think a lot of us are just kind of waiting in the crosshairs. We're like the cheetahs in the high grass right now, just waiting for Nvidia to walk out into the open field of the 90s or even 80s would be amazing. So could that happen? I really do think it could happen. And I don't say that to be doom and gloom. I just say that to be realistic to what's happening right in front of us right now. But I do believe we should look at this as opportunity and not a situation of this is going to last. What we do know, what is coming, more than likely is there is going to be greener grass on the other side. We hope that maybe here in September or after September we will see rate cuts. We will have a rally in our market here at some point in the coming future, within 6 months more than likely, especially depending on what's going to happen with this election. Now, we have not hit a full-blown recession market at this point. We are close. One more big dip like we've had already in the last 24 hours, then things are going to be a little different. We're going to start to hear from banks that are going to really be speaking out loud about people's money, where finances are. We're not there yet, but we're really close, and that's what's scaring a lot of investors right now. So, personally, here's what I'm doing. I haven't sold a lick. I'm not going to. I'm comfortable where I'm at in my positions. Yes, I could have sold and got in cheaper elsewhere, but in the long run, with fees, taxes, all that, I was like, I'm just going to keep things in, and I'm going to keep buying down. This is grand opportunity for that situation. So, talking about Nvidia here, friends, I said all that to say this. Here's where I'm at. Nvidia is going to be just fine. Don't look at this and go like, I don't really know that I should put more money in Nvidia right now. It just doesn't seem like a smart move to make. Friends, one of the smartest moves you can make right now is to start putting money into stocks like Nvidia. Because in about 30, 40 days, Nvidia is going to be coming out with a new chip. On top of that, Nvidia is going to be coming out with their quarterlies once again. And all these things are going to bring major hype, major sensation to the stock once again, to where we're going to have another rally just in Nvidia alone. Now, can Nvidia bleed here to a $95, $85 mark? I hope so. I honest to God hope so. We've already taken this much of a hit. I think the best thing for investors at this point, that would be icing on top of the cake, the cherry on top of the cake right now, would be that Nvidia would take more damage, because we may never see Nvidia at these numbers again in the next 3 to 5 years. This $100 mark right now, we may not see this again anytime soon once Nvidia leaves this number. Once it leaves this train station, we may not be back. 6 months from now, Nvidia more than likely, once we have more quarterlies come out, we have the new chip. Not only that, then we have what Nvidia is really working on that's going to be even bigger than anything we've seen at this point, are these humanoid robots that they're working on, that they're making, that they're selling to warehouses. This is going to be a huge thing. So with that, this is going to bring in huge economical growth just in the zeitgeist of what's going on with Nvidia. So friends, I can't stress this enough that we've seen major numbers with Nvidia. We've seen Nvidia break all these records, and they're going to continue to do that. But Nvidia is going into this new leg of where it has never been. And not only that, it is going into a situation where it's going to be making its own rules for the stock market. It's going to be the leading top AI stock here. One of Nvidia's quarterlies alone is more than some countries make in a year. So with Nvidia playing around this $100, $102 where it's trying to survive right now, more than likely, here's the situation. August is really, there should be no good news in August. The only good news that should come out of August is that there's no war. That's the main thing that should come out of August here. But recession, prices, rates, all that, it's going to stay in the crapper. We're expecting that. So with that, why I say things could get worse for Nvidia, for the stock market in general, is because we're not expecting good news. It's not like, our president's going to be talking next week about, inflation's down, affordable health care, things are changing, everyone's getting along in the world. We're not expecting that. We're not expecting that at all. So with that, here's what you're seeing. You're seeing the market take the brunt of what's going on. It's taking the damage. So friends, look at this as an early Christmas. This is why it's so important to have $50, $100, $1,000, something laying around where you can put it in the market when there's a bloodbath like this. We may not see a market like this again in the next 5 years, depending on what's going to be happening here in the future. And let me say this, somebody left me a comment and I want to address this. Where should you buy Nvidia? Personally, I am comfortable buying Nvidia at $100. I'm comfortable buying at $110, but I'm really comfortable buying it in the 90 zone, the 80 zone, obviously, because I'm greedy. I'm an investor. I want it as cheap as I can get it. But those are areas that I'm comfortable paying for Nvidia because I'm keeping Nvidia for the next 10 years at least, because it's going to be a wild ride here with what they're planning on doing. They more than likely within the next 5 years alone will be controlling the market more than they are now. That is how the next leg will more than likely go with Nvidia here. So friends, I'm going to shut up now. Listen, I just take this as, yes, there is doom and gloom. There's blood on the streets. You have every right to be pissed. Everyone is mad and their portfolio is destroyed, and hopefully no one is retiring this week because you're going to get really screwed. But take this moment as an investor and think what is going to be coming here in the next 6 months to a year, that you're going to look back on this and go, I really wish I would have been braver and bought more of X, Nvidia, whatever it be. Friends, take care of yourself, and I do wish all of us the best of luck with what's going on here in this stock market and this crazy world we live in. Friends, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.